News 6's ClickOrlando.com is the #1 website in Central Florida. Live with ClickOrlando.com, this is News 6 at 4:30, getting results.
The campaign trail goes through Central Florida. Candidates on the November ballot battling for your vote. Why? You'll see more campaign events in our area. Plus, Artemis 1 will remain on the launch pad at Kennedy Space Center. The update is NASA readies its Mega Moon rocket for a third launch attempt. And a school board discussion over books shelved in one local community. Why the conversation was scrubbed from the agenda mid-meeting. Good morning on your Wednesday. I'm Bridget Ellison. Those stories and more in a moment. But first, a check of your pinpoint weather with meteorologist Troy Bridges. A humid morning.
Oh, yeah.
You know, stormy evening last night.
Yeah, we had some storms. You know what? It was hot, too, yesterday. We got all the way up to 98 degrees. Today, almost as hot again, getting up to 95. Now, yesterday's record was 100, so not quite up to the record. Today's record, 100, so not quite up to the record. But be ready for some heat, but we're also increasing rain chances. There's downtown Orlando. With the Orlando Health Cam, 80 is the temperature. It feels more like 85 degrees. It's 80 at New Smyrna Beach right now, 80 in Sanford, 80, as I said, in Orlando, 78 in Kissimmee, it's 74 in Ocala, and 78 in Melbourne. So here is the hour-by-hour forecast as we take you through the day. By 1 p.m., we're up to 92 degrees with rain chances at 20% at that point, but by 4 p.m., a higher coverage than yesterday, going up to 60%. We'll talk more about rain chances even higher for tomorrow and how hot it will be heading into the weekend. Bridget, back to you for now.
Thanks, Troy. Developing this morning, 20 families are out of their homes after investigators in Orange County say lightning may have caused a fire at an apartment complex. This happened at Osprey Links Apartments around 7 last night. We're told crews arrived to flames shooting from the roof of the building. Fire's out, and there have been no reports of injuries. Orange County Fire Rescue says the Red Cross has been called in to assist. The Osceola County School Board was set to discuss the future of several books deemed by one group as inappropriate for students, but that conversation never happened. News 6's Treasure Roberts was at last night's meeting when the discussion was pulled from the agenda. In the 2022 campaign trail, it moves through Central Florida. Democratic nominee for Governor Charlie Crist held a campaign event in Orlando yesterday.
And it's critically important. In this election, the choice is choice. That's what's on the ballot.
Chris was joined last night by his running mate Carla Hernandez and 25-year-old congressional candidate Maxwell Frost. Chris is hoping to unseat Governor Ron DeSantis, who also made a stop in Orlando last week. News 6 political analyst Dr. Jim Clark says counties in Central Florida play a major role in who comes out on top in November. Thanks, Troy. Here's a live look at Kennedy Space Center, where we've learned the SLS rocket will remain on the launch pad for now. NASA's decided to keep it there while making necessary repairs. There is scaffolding around the area where the hydrogen leak was found Saturday. That's the issue that scrubbed the mission. NASA says the rocket will likely still need to return to the vehicle assembly building before the next launch attempt to reset the system's batteries. There's still no date for the next launch, but NASA says it's eyeing up to 4 possible periods over the next 4 months. In Volusia County, they have recorded the 7th shark bite of the year yesterday. Beach safety officials say a 27-year-old woman was in waist-deep water in New Smyrna Beach when she was bitten. Only the dorsal fin and tail of the shark were seen. The woman's expected to survive, and we sure learn more today when the report is released about that shark bite. Now to Seminole County, we're waiting to learn what caused a driver to lose control and crash into 12 parked cars at Costco. This happened outside the store near State Roads 434 and 436 in Altamont Springs. Fire officials tell us one person went to the hospital with unknown injuries. As soon as we learn more, we'll let you know here and on ClickOrlando.com. In Marion County, most of the families forced out of their homes by a fallen tree are being allowed back into their apartments. The city of Ocala condemned Saddleworth Green Apartments along Southwest 41st Street because of the damage. Neighbors say a company was working to remove the tree when it fell Saturday night. After a safety inspection, city leaders say most of the families can return. The damage is limited to an isolated part of the building. Now, let's get you back to your forecast. We're getting ready for the day, but we're also watching the tropics, Troy.
Oh, yeah, the tropics active right now. Bridget, we are watching what we've been talking about for the last few days. Now, Hurricane Earl continues to spin well north of Puerto Rico, now not bringing rain to the island as it moves farther away from the U.S. altogether. But it may strengthen. In fact, it will likely strengthen to a Category 3 hurricane near Bermuda in the coming days. So we'll be watching for that. And then it continues out to sea away from land. But you can see also Hurricane Danielle with winds at 75 miles per hour in the open Atlantic, eventually weakening to an area of low pressure as it swirls around in the ocean and then eventually moves back closer to Europe, so away from the U.S. Temperatures out the door right now near 80 for most spots, a little less warm, a little cooler in Ocala at 74, at 75 at Palm Coast, and 78 right now in Melbourne. It's 80 in Orlando. Bridget, coming up, we'll show you rain chances for today as we increase those rain chances into the afternoon. We'll show you future radar straight ahead. Back to you.
Thanks, Troy. A home insurance crisis in Florida as the peak of hurricane season approaches. Coming up, why this search for solutions is taking leaders outside of Florida. Plus, changes to your electric bill, why the new year could mean new charges for customers statewide. And Orlando's busy airport showing its brand new terminal off, how you can benefit no matter where your flight takes off. You're watching News 6 Mornings, and a live look now from the Orlando Health Camera. We'll be right back.
At News 6, we're getting results every day, and we know there are Central Floridians doing the same. That's why we created the Getting Results Awards. Every Thursday, we spotlight those going above and beyond to make our community better.
You are this week's Getting Results Award winner, my friend.
Go to clickorlando.com and nominate someone you think should be recognized. The Getting Results Awards every Thursday at 6 p.m. right here on News 6, sponsored by D5 Implant Solution Centers.
Live with Bridget Ellison, Justin Warmoth, Crystal Moyer, meteorologist Troy Bridges, and your traffic safety expert, Trooper Steve. This is News 6 Mornings, Getting Results.
With the peak of hurricane season approaching, state leaders are focused on property insurance. Right now, there's only one company that rates insurance providers, which recently said 17 insurers are at risk of having their rating downgraded. That could force homeowners out of their current plans. We're getting an inside look at Orlando International's brand new Terminal C. Anyone passing through the $2.8 billion expansion will experience a state-of-the-art baggage handling system and technology to speed up your time at TSA checkpoints. And even if you don't fly out of Terminal C, you can still benefit. Airport officials say the new terminal will move 10,000 passengers a day out of Terminals A and B. Terminal C opens up later this month. So looking forward to that the next time you fly, Troy.
Bridget, now I want to go fly somewhere. And I saw some palm trees earlier in some video. I didn't see it there.
I noticed that you do like that.
I do like the indoor palm trees. They look good. They add some life, even if they're not real. Some aren't real, right?
It's indoor plants, but make it Florida. You know.
You're right. Well, today we are going to be pinpointing some rain chances. In fact, increasing rain chances over what we saw yesterday. Yesterday it got hot because we didn't have as much rain. We did warm all the way up to 98 degrees yesterday. But here's a look at the 7-day forecast. As we get results, you'll see those higher rain chances. 60% today, going up to 70% for Thursday and for Friday, and 60% Saturday and Sunday. There's that 89 on Friday. Woo, woo. It's going to be a little bit cooler, a little bit less hot compared to today's 95 and yesterday's 98. We'll take an 89. Bridget, back to you.
Thank you, Troy. Coming up next, comparing the COVID vaccine to the flu shot, why doctors say you may need a yearly booster. Plus, students in Uvalde, Texas, returning to school for the first time since the elementary school mass shooting. How students and families dealt with an emotional day.
Get Click O on the go. Top stories in less than 60 seconds. Follow us at News 6 WKMG on Snapchat and Instagram.
Hey there, I'm Crystal Moyer, your News 6 Insider Guide. And when you go to clickorlando.com and sign up to be an insider, I'll bring you things like special stories about people in our community, exclusive contests, giveaways, and of course, I'll bring you behind the scenes at News 6. Say hi, guys. So if you're not an insider already, what are you waiting for? Go to clickorlando.com, click right here, fill out this form, and sign up to be an insider today.
Sponsored by Orange County Library System.
Students in Uvalde, Texas returned to school yesterday. It was their first time back in class since a gunman killed 19 elementary school students and 2 of their teachers. Students and staff were met on campus with heightened security measures, including security fencing at some of the district's schools and hundreds of new cameras. It was an emotional day at drop-off for many families.
I'm really nervous. I'm happy that they're putting up like everything that they're putting up.
I'm just nervous. That's it. So I'm just trying to do for his behalf and be there supporting him.
And therapy canines are on hand at campuses to try to make the day a little bit easier. As for the Robb Elementary campus where the shooting happened, it has shut down permanently since the attack. Former students now attend nearby elementary schools. The White House is predicting Americans will likely need a yearly COVID shot. During a White House COVID-19 response briefing yesterday, Anthony Fauci, compared the COVID fighting strategy to the yearly flu vaccine. He also said some vulnerable groups like seniors and immunocompromised patients may need more frequent vaccinations. The yearly shots could begin later this year. A pair of tickets to Michael Jordan's NBA debut game are going to auction. The Chicago Bulls tickets from 1984 are expected to go for between $200,000 and $300,000. The basketball legend was 21 at the time. He went on to become the heart of the Bulls dynasty that won 6 NBA championships in the 90s. Earlier this year, another ticket to this game sold at auction for $468,000. Ahead at 5, the race for governor brings a candidate to Central Florida. The message from Charlie Crist as he looks to unseat Governor DeSantis. Plus, a large apartment fire possibly caused by lightning. A live update on families forced to leave their homes. And new developments in the case of 2 brothers killed. The man now facing murder charges despite one of the men being killed by deputies. You're watching News 6 Mornings. Rain chances going back up. Temperatures will soon go down a bit. Meteorologist Troy Bridges is back in 3 minutes to pinpoint your forecast.
What the?
What the? We've all seen some strange things on our roads that make us go, what the? And now I want you to share those moments with me. Send videos and pictures from your dash camera or your passenger of all the wild and weird things that you see, and I'll break down the good, the bad, and yes, the surprisingly correct driving habits. Visit clickorlando.com/whatthehonk to submit what you're seeing today.